So before Jesus, I was a much different kid, a much different man. I was alone, I was lost, and I really had no direction. I was trying to fill my life with things of the world, with my friends, with trying to fit in, trying to be cool. And it was like I had a bucket with 5 holes in it, just trying to fill it with water. And no matter what I was doing, no matter how much I put in, nothing was sticking. And I needed something to fill my life with. I needed some purpose, and that was Jesus. So after meeting Jesus and developing a personal relationship with him, my life has completely changed. I no longer seek the things of the world. I no longer seek approval of friends, approval of coworkers. I strictly follow and want to make his kingdom known. I'm more intentional with my wife and my children. I'm more intentional with my friends. And I just have a burning passion to be in constant worship and constant prayer for the people I love, the people that mean the most to me, and for the people in the streets and strangers that I meet. I feel like before, when I had relationships, it wasn't authentic, it wasn't true. Where now I'm filled with the love of Christ, and it's hard not to show that to people. It's hard not to share that with people and really share my joy. While happiness is a fleeting emotion, joy comes from the Lord. And man, ever since Jesus, it's a whole new world for me. I can truly have joy even in my lows and even my highs. And while it's not an easy journey, nobody's perfect, and you don't become a Christian and follow Jesus and everything goes away. The struggles are still there, but knowing that you have Jesus to support you and to forgive you and to show you grace, there's nothing better. So Radical and Fight Club have absolutely changed my life in so many ways. Radical was the beginning for me. It was kind of what peeled away the loneliness and shame that I felt. As a Christian, we still struggle. And for years, I was alone, and I thought I was the only one dealing with these things. And man, that is so not true. That's the lies of the devil. And so Radical built me a community of men that loved me and supported me and could pour into me. And it was real, authentic relationships. For my whole life, it's, talk about sports and the weather and, such superficial things. But Radical really allowed me to dig deep and be authentic with men in my neighborhood and in my community. And then Fight Club just elevated that to a whole new level. Fight Club allowed me to kind of like Mr. T, just kick down the doors and just go full bore for Christ, Lord. And I got to dig into the Word every day. I got to pour into my wife and my children and do things that challenged me and that weren't a norm for me. And I pray that those are the norm going forward. The ways it's changed me as a husband, as a father, and even as a friend, the intentionality behind my actions and behind my words have completely changed. I'm slower to anger. I'm quicker to be there for my children. I don't have my phone on me when I'm with my kids. And with the little time I do have with my family, I'm always trying to make sure I'm in the moment with my children and pouring love and pouring Christ into them. I realize that the moments that we have are short with them, and my first ministry is my family. And that's what these ministries have given me, is the strength and the confidence and the love to do that, to really pour into my first disciples, which are my wife and kids.
Since Brandon started Radical and Fight Club, I've just seen a really big softening in him. He's gentler with our kids for sure, less, I don't know, he gives us all more grace. He really cares more about our relationship and what it needs, and not about being right with me or the kids. So I think that totally comes from the transformation from spending time consistently in the Word every day and having that accountability that Radical and Fight Club give you. Because only Jesus can soften us like that. And I've also just been so thankful for the friendships that he's created with these men. And it is so real. And it's something that I prayed for a really long time, for him to have just really solid, good guys that he can go to for accountability, for venting when I drive him nuts and you need just a godly influence to kind of bring you back down. Just someone to walk through even parenting together. I feel like men specifically are just not great at being vulnerable, and this has totally changed that for him. And I've loved the effect that it's had. I love when he's like, hey, I gotta go outside and call so-and-so. It's like, yes, he finally has that in his life. So I've just seen it make a huge impact, having those friendships, and it pours over to other areas of his life as well. We met Steve our very first day at the Bridge Church, and Brandon is been described as a little antisocial in his life, and when people are too friendly, especially at churches and kind of all over you, he's like, we're never going back there again. And we met Steve, and he's literally the reason we stayed and found our church family, and through that have found all these other ministries that he's been a part of. Steve has poured over our family, our kids. He dedicated our first daughter, and he's just consistently, with the right amount of love and force, and not a weird way, just been on top of Brandon since the first day we walked in and we were total strangers.
He's been a mentor. He's been someone that I can rely on. He's poured into my life, into my family's life, and the amount that Steve has done for not just me, but I've talked to so many men who Steve just goes above and beyond for. And the guy is selfless. He's absolutely loving, and he oozes Christ. And it's just been a blessing to have him in my life. He challenges me each and every day. He reaches out to me and just checks in. He's shown me what a true follower of Christ should look like, and also a good friend. So I just want to thank everybody that's supported Priority One, everybody that's prayed for Fight Club and for these ministries. Thank you so much. These ministries have truly seen life change in my personal life, in my family's life, and friends, and my other brother in Christ that are in my groups. It's been nothing short of a miracle seeing what Fight Club has done for me, and it really is not possible without the support, both financially and through prayers and letters of encouragement. It just goes such a long way in allowing these men to have life change. And if I can say anything, is that I hope to be part of Priority One for years to come, because I know how much Priority One has impacted my life, and I'll never be the same person without it.